जानामि धर्मं न च मे प्रवृत्तिः जानामि धर्मं न च मे निवृत्तिः त्वया स्वामिनः हृदि स्थितेन यथा नियुक्तो अस्मि तथा करोमि अंतराय तिमिरोग शांतये स्वेश शक्ति करुणारुणाप्रभं संतनोतु मुनिवृंद सेवितं भावगम्यम अनिशम शिवम महा करुणापुरी चित्तां सच्चिद्रूपां परां दिव्यां ब्रह्म सहचरीं तुर्यां बगलां शक्तिं प्रणोमि सौभाग्यां. Namaskar to all those who are devoted in the feet of Ma Bhagavati, Shriman Narayan, and those, and obviously they are ardent followers of Hindu Dharma, and those who do not follow but then also are good human beings. So nowadays a propaganda is being spread, and it's happening since a century, that Sanskrit is a dead language. Recently a politician has made such a comment, so I thought I shall speak on this. And I have not chosen any Indian Sanskrit dialect, any such dialect which has evolved from Sanskrit. I have chosen English, which is next door connected language to Sanskrit, so that my message may go far away and everyone may understand what I am speaking. So nowadays people, as I've mentioned, that they are saying that Sanskrit is a dead language. So the basis of this statement is that there are very few people who speak Sanskrit. So first of all, I would like to ask that how many people drive Bugatti Chiron? How many people drive Pagani? There are various expensive watches which cost around hundreds of crore rupees. Wristwatches are there. How many of them are purchased by people across the world? Hardly 100 to 200 or maybe a few thousand people have those watches or those cars. So does it mean that Bugatti Chiron, Pagani or those expensive watches are dead? Even those politicians who are making such statement may also have these luxury items with them. So do they also think that these luxury item brands are dead? And if dead, why they are carrying them? That is the question. Now, what is the meaning of dead? Mrityu ka arth kya hai? What is death? Death means when soul leaves the body, then it is death. So in case of language, soul is Vyakaran, grammar. So is it that Sanskrit does not have its own grammar, or its grammar is dead? So I would say no. When most of the languages or almost all the languages of the world were just evolving, Sanskrit had its profound grammar. Vedic scriptures have detailed grammar system which is under Shadang, that is Vyakarana, Pratishakya. Rigved has its own Pratishakya. Similarly, other Veda also have. And apart from it, there are various old Vyakaran like Karsh, Kritas, etc. who worked on the Vyakaran of Sanskrit language. Later on, Shivadibhyo An, there is a sutra in Panini Ashtadhyayi, and if you would try to extract this sutra, you would find that Ashtadhyayi was Ashtadhyayi sutras were written long before birth of Bhagwan Buddha. So they are older than old. So that is nowadays primary grammatical scripture of Sanskrit language. Basis of that, Siddhant Kaumudi, Laghu Shabdendu Shekhar, etc. various scriptures were further developed, and later Katantra Vyakaran also evolved. That is not Ashtadhyayi based, but then Katantra Vyakaran is also there. And in recent times also, Pushpa Dikshita ji has recomposed entire system of Ashtadhyayi Vyakaran, and that has been praised by scholars of Sanskrit across the world. Even a few days before, some Indian person who is a Western Sanskrit grammar scholar tried to comment on some specific sutra of Pani Ashtadhyayi. I do not remember what is that sutra. So to that, Pushpa Dikshita ji came forward and said that his whatever he has synthesized, the meaning of sutra is not correct, and what is correct she has explained, and not even explained, she asked other fellow grammarians of Sanskrit also to come forward and speak on that thing. So while looking at all these aspects, it is very clear that Sanskrit grammar is profound grammar, it's eternal grammar, and still it exists. The only thing is that Sanskrit is like Bugatti Chiron in the field of languages. It is Pagani. It is like expensive watch. Everyone cannot afford this. Everyone cannot afford this. Only thing is that since 75 years of independence, government has put on immense efforts that Sanskrit may become commoner's language. Even Dr. Ambedkar and others also tried to make it a common language because of its profound grammar. But the thing is, those who say that it is dead language do not understand all these things. Then they have their own political propaganda. They have their own political agenda behind this thing. So to them, I would say that it's not for all to afford this thing. Person must be intellectually rich, intellectually super rich, to speak in this language, Sanskrit language. It's beyond the means where the grammar of other languages stop, other Indian dialect of Sanskrit stops, from there Sanskrit grammar starts. I would not take name of any dialect of dialects which are spoken in India, but there are various letters which cannot be pronounced in those languages. But if you use Sanskrit Vyakaran, you can pronounce almost all the words, almost, I do not say all, but almost all the words spoken in any language of this word, and you can write them as per Sanskrit Vyakaran. Means you can write French word also, you can write German also, whatever, or even Indian dialect also. Indian dialect also, you can write as per Sanskrit Vyakaran. If you know that grammar properly, you can write in Devanagari script as per Sanskrit, in Sanskrit font, those words. So this is richness of Sanskrit. This is richness of Sanskrit language. Even Sanskrit, various words of Sanskrit cannot be written in English directly. So for that, phonetics have been introduced, diacriticals are used. I also use diacriticals so that pronunciation may become proper. There are no proper alphabets available, but in Sanskrit you can do that for almost all the languages. So this is richness of the language, and this is for super rich, intellectually super rich people. So that's all I have to say. Jai Mai Maharaj Ki.